This
Okay.
conference will now be recorded.
Hi there, this is Christine Ferry at MAS USTA, and you're tuning in now for the draw for the mixed 40 and over regionals. And we're first going to start by picking our wild cards, and we're going to pick an extra wild card. We're going to pick wild cards for 7-0 mixed and pick an extra one in case the first choice can't make it. And we're going to pick two wild cards for 8-0 mix, and we'll pick a third in case one of those teams can't make it to regionals. So we're going to start out first with wild card 7.0, and we're going to have 8 Anne Arundels. So we're going to put 8 Anne Arundel circles in our bag. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have 6 Baltimore tennis patrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have 4 Carol. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 10 Columbia, Howard Columbia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have 8 Montgomery County. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then lastly, we have 3 Frederick. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to shake the bag up and pull the lucky wild card for spot number 1. We have Anne Arundel County. And then we're going to pick spot number 2 for wild card mix 7-0. Oh, can't pick the same one. That was Anne Arundel. Going back in. Okay, we have number 2 is Baltimore tennis patrons. So our 2 wild card spots are Anne Arundel and then Baltimore.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so that was our wild card 7.0 mix, and Anne Arundel will be the wild card, and if Anne Arundel cannot go, then VTP will go instead. And now on to our 8.0 mixed wild card. We're going to put in our teams, and for Anne Arundel, we have 6 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Baltimore tennis patrons, we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then Carol, we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Howard Columbia, 4 also. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Montgomery County, we have 5 spots. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so for this one, we're going to pick 3 because 2 wild cards will go. So for spot number 1, wild card 1, we have Carol. Wild card spot 2, we have Howard Columbia. And then the 3rd spot, which is our standby spot, we have Montgomery County.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, now we're going to continue on with our draw for 6.0 mix. So there are 4 teams entered: Anne Arundel, Baltimore tennis patrons, Howard Columbia, and Montgomery County. So in number 1, we're going to have Anne Arundel. And then for number number 2 position is Howard Columbia. Number 3 will be Baltimore Tennis Patrons. And the 4th is Montgomery County. And now we're going to go on to 7.0 mix. There are 2 flights, and just a reminder that if we pick Anne Arundel as the wild card, it can't be in the same flight as Anne Arundel, number 1 Anne Arundel. So we'll see what happens, but let's continue on with our draw. So number 1 for 7.0 mix, or number 5, is Anne Arundel. The next spot goes to Carroll. And then the second spot in Flight A goes to Howard Columbia. Second spot in Flight B goes to BTP. The third spot in Flight A, 7.0 mixed, goes to Wildcard 1, which Anne Arundel can't go there, so we're going to move it over to Flight B. So we'll pick another one for that third spot in Flight A, and we have Montgomery County. Then the fourth spot in Flight A goes to Frederick. And then lastly, St. Mary's in the fourth spot for Flight B.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, now we're going to do 8.0 mixed, and again, there's 2 flights, A and B, and we're going to have 2 wild cards in the draw. So we'll put in for wild card 1, wild card 2, Anne Arundel, Baltimore, Carroll, Montgomery County, Frederick, and Howard Columbia. So for our first spot, Flight A, we have Carroll. For our second spot, for our first spot in Flight B, we have Wildcard 1, which is Carroll. Oh, that worked out well because they're in different flights. Second spot in Flight A, Howard Columbia. Okay, moving on to the second spot in Flight B, Montgomery County. Third spot in Flight A for 8.0 mixed, Baltimore. And for the third spot in Flight B, we have Wildcard 2, Howard Columbia. Fourth spot, Flight A, Frederick. And last spot, we have Anne Arundel. Okay, well, thank you for joining us, and we will put the schedules together, and we'll send those out soon. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.